Hello everyone, it's QuestOps Gaming here today. I want to talk about the new Warbond from Arrowhead for Helldivers 2. And so far I have been enjoying it. So what is worthwhile? I really like the armor. The rock solid perk and how it looks in general are just fantastic. I can withstand like overseer hits that would ragdoll me and cause me to be like and then it just takes another 2 hits to kill me completely because I'm on the floor and I can't really get up properly. So that is really cool. The ragdolling is sort of gone. I do get ragdolled from like charges and stuff, but sometimes you can withstand it and take it whilst you're like shooting them and taking them down. And that just like single-handedly made the game feel way more better. I love the heavy armor aesthetic. I'm like, yeah, I'm rock solid. I'll just pump you full of lead with my maxi gun. And that's quite the best thing, really. The maxi gun is the best thing in this Warbond. Now, I want to talk about the first of all, the first page. I really like the new weapon, the 1-2. It feels good. It takes out light enemies really quickly, like a few shots and stuff, and they're more or less done. I've been practicing using it on the squids mainly, as I've just been enjoying it on there. It feels nice having the grenade launcher to take out like the ships and stuff once I take down the barriers on the ships, the shields. It just feels like I just pop it in there and it explodes. I do have some criticisms of the sort of grenade launcher in general and the grenade pistol. I do think it needs to be, you shoot it, and when it hits the ground or hits an enemy, it detonates straight away. I see that it sort of bounces, then detonates on its second bounce, and that is just infuriating because you can't land your shots consistently, and it's pretty annoying. So I do think they need to change that, because I would love it if you just shoot and where it lands, it detonates instead of bouncing. So that's something the devs need probably to look at. So next thing I want to talk about is the chainsword. I personally don't think this game is set up for melee kind of combat just yet. I do think there needs to be like a parry, or a stun effect. So when you can hit your gun, the chainsword forward like an attack, and then you can sort of grind into him. So you're stunning him, and then you're chainsawing him in half. And that goes with anything. I think there needs to be like a parry, but mainly because the Helldiver doesn't have enough health to withstand like constant attacks from any type of enemies. It feels like your health goes down really quickly, so you need to manage it quite a bit. Whereas if you had a blocking mechanic, so you can block some, hits and stuff, and then a stun parry, and then and then you can swing and chainsaw through it, I think that would be way better, and make combat and melee combat more a viable thing. Whereas I think right now where it is, I don't think it's any good. I think it needs to be reworked and stuff. Like if you're carrying a melee weapon and then you hold down your aim trigger, it's like you put your sword to your shoulder and you look, and I'm like, this really should be the block trigger. So it needs to change that functionality of zoom to like a block. And then you just like swipe. I don't think you need that zoom in effect for combat because, well, you don't. I don't think you do. So I think it would be better to just have it in a sort of like, that's your block trigger. So the aim down sights button is now your block or parry stance kind of thing, and I think that would work better. And then we get on to the meat and potatoes of this Warbond, which is the maxi gun. I really like it. I think it's fun to use, especially on sort of, defense missions. Basically, like if you're defending an area whilst you're securing sort of like important personnel or data or whatever. It's cool because it just goes and you're sort of like, there we go. We've cleared a lot of monsters and stuff from the field. Of course, it's always good to have the Gatling guns and, some other turrets to assist you. Because one of my criticisms is the ergonomics of the maxi gun and maybe the ammo capacity. I feel like it needs max, what is it called? The Maxigun 1000 or something, the M1000. I feel like the 1000 needs to mean 1000 bullets. So probably just, if I were at Arrowhead and make him, I would add 1000, 1000 bullets to the backpack. So it's a solid 1000. And then, because there is sort of like a, what do you call it? A trade-off. So whilst you're firing, you're stuck in place, but it doesn't feel like a trade-off, to be honest. It feels all right. The barrel takes like a few, not even a few seconds, like half a second to turn and light up the area. And so it's like, it's quick fire kind of thing. The recoil is absolutely nuts, but you can, it's vertical. So you're like, oh crap. So you have to use your joystick to really lower it down. And when you do, it takes like maybe 100 bullets in order to get it to where you want to go. So that's why I'm missing a whole hell of a lot of shots, because it's the vertical recoil is just so crazy. But I imagine you might be able to offset it with like different kind of armor. So like the heavy armor, you might be able to reduce the recoil whilst prone or crouching. So it's something to think about. You can fire it whilst prone and crouched and stuff. So that's good. I do like that. I do think it just, the Warbond itself, I think it's okay. I think the main thing you want is the maxi gun. The 1-2 is okay. It's fun. I've been using it, and I think I'm going to be using it until it reaches level 25, and then I'm going to switch back to my shotguns and get all them to level 25. I'm doing like a down the list sort of check and stuff. As for like additional content, there hasn't been anything yet, but I feel like there's going to be something soon, which is like the finishing off of the Into the Unjust kind of arc. And I think it'll be done soon, and I think there'll probably be something at the Game Awards. It just feels like there will be, because this patch that was just done, it made a lot of fixes, but also there was a hell of a lot of what do you call it? Like it was large gigabyteage. I don't know if that means like replacing all these things and stuff, but I don't think like changing animations and aim down sights and stuff would cost that much memory to download and stuff like that. So downloading like 15 gigabytes of data and stuff like that, because it was a long download, I'm not gonna lie. So I think something's coming. I think there's going to be new stuff. There's been a few leaks, but I don't want to discuss any leaks on this channel and stuff, because there's been like, Sony's been going around, hey, I'm going to strike you down. But I do think some, perhaps, new vehicles might be coming, some new enemies might be coming, and hopefully at the Game Awards they do like another, Helldivers, come here, we need to take out these new. I'm hoping it's going to be either new automaton enemies as well as new Illuminate enemies. I think they need some additional kind of, units. And it's fun. It's, so far I'm actually really enjoying it, and I'm recording this really late at night, but I'm like, I really want to play some more Helldivers, but I'm just so tired. But at the same time, I'm like, come on, one more game. And I haven't been like that in a while. So it's nice to be back. I do think, it's good, but it's not. If you have other Warbonds and stuff, I wouldn't unlock this straight away. I'd get some other Warbond that has more weapons and stuff. I think it's the Demolitions one. I really enjoy that one because it has cool armor and some cool weapons. So I definitely recommend that over this. But still, this is a decent one. The armor feels great. Not getting ragdolled all the time is great. It is a good Warbond. I would say it's up there. It's good. So what else? There is also a Steam sort of beta for Helldivers 2, and it's basically the slim version of Helldivers 2 for PC. So it reduces everything down to like 20. I think it's like 23, 24 gigabytes of game. Which is pretty cool. So it deduplicates everything, which is incredibly great. I'm not going to opt into it just yet, because I was playing a game with someone and they said it was immensely buggy, but I also experienced so many bugs during my little play session initially after the patch came out, so I'm not too sure what was going on there. I ever since, playing it more, I only get some issues when I first load into the game and go into like a battle kind of thing. There are some massive desync issues where it's like the enemies are like running in place and not moving correctly, but are still taking damage and dying. But it just seems odd. And I've also noticed there's a little bit more friendly fire, especially if someone's is close to your firing lanes, and they're running across your sort of firing lanes, but you're managing to avoid them. But then suddenly they die. And you're like, wait, no bullets hit them. They were far away from my reticle and my, my nozzle kind of, the other, crosshair thing. So it is interesting. I'm seeing that a lot. I've seen it a lot on like people's streams. I've seen it a lot on when I've been firing. I'm like, they're getting very close. And then I hear a screaming from them like they've been hit by bullets. I was like, I didn't shoot them. So it is a bit strange. But I think it just might just be the patch settling in, and there was some desyncing issues and stuff. Initially, maybe they weren't updated just yet, so it was like desyncing. But ever since, it hasn't been really that bad, noticeable. So yeah, there are still some. Hopefully, we get a patch tomorrow, maybe, or next week, as we've seen there is a big bug. So if you hit the reload button whilst you got the stratagem list up, it's totally like crashes the game completely, which is strange. So yeah, that's not good. They also got rid of the backpack resupply sort of glitch where you could drop it and resupply yourself, but it not take a slot from the backpack. That's gone, which is good. A lot of people are taking advantage of that, and it balance and all. So it's gone, but still, I'm finding it okay. Ammo economy wise with that backpack, I tend to get by really easily, and stuff like that. I think, for future war bonds, we need like a sticky grenade that sticks to enemies. Like the Kraken from Space Marine 2, where you throw it and it like homes in on a target, sticks, and then explodes. Or you can probably deactivate that, so it's just a sticky grenade instead of the homing beacon to like, hit its targets. So you could just stick it onto a thing and it detonates. Be, pretty cool. Anyway, that's going to be more or less from me. I think I've covered everything. The game feels all right. It feels good to play. It's enjoyable, the new content, like the new Warbond. I do think there's going to be something coming with the Illuminates soon, or the Automatons. Hopefully at the Game Awards we get some new enemies and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, that's going to be all from me. I will see you in the next one. Please like, subscribe, and take care of yourselves. Goodbye.